All right, let's run you through some of the dailies here this morning. We'll start with Vanguard newspaper and look at the big lead on the front page here this morning. Why not? Super Eagles soar into AFCON finals, beat plucky South Africans 4-2 on penalties. And then you can see the big picture there as well. Big game, big temperament, big players. Well, they didn't go the big fall. They went the big way by winning big, as a matter of fact, on the day. Yes, that's what you see right here on the front page of Vanguard.
And of course, the Super Eagles on every front page today. I'm looking at the New Telegraph, of course, Mwabali, a hero, as Eagles fly into AFCON final with dramatic win over Bafana. More on page 31 of the New Telegraph. Well, there are other headlines here. We're seeing this one here. Actually, it's the biggest one on the front page of New Telegraph. Rising inflation, fixed prices of goods in 7 days. Court orders the federal government. I think we're going to be talking more about this during the show as well. But that's from the New Telegraph there, right here this morning. Ayo.
Well, it's a similar it's a similar issue on the front page of the Nigerian Observer, leading with the picture of the Super Eagles after the match in the company of the Vice President, all celebrating right there. But the lead story, of course, is Senate in renewed push to tackle insecurity. A Jones meeting with service chiefs expands invitees list as Governor Sani blames insecurity on poverty, lack of education, others. That, of course, was taken from our program of yesterday. That's the lead story of the Nigerian Observer today.
Have a look at The Guardian today. Court orders FG to fix prices, inflation, as agitation heightens. So this will definitely be something that catches a lot of attention here this morning. So that's a big one in front of The Guardian.
From the Daily Trust newspaper this morning, bandits threaten to marry bride, sell 62 wedding guests, demand 100 million naira ransom. More on that story from page 4, but very scary story right there from the front page of the Daily Trust newspaper. And you can get more on that from page 4 if you are interested in that particular story. Ayo?
Yeah, the front page of this Nigerian newspaper catches my interest this morning, and it is it's like back to life and back to reality. This Nigerian newspaper leads with a rather disturbing story. 88.4 million Nigerians living in extreme poverty. That's according to the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture. Find the details of that on page 4. Men living on less than $1.90 a day reached around 44.7 million, while the count was at 43.7 million for women. That's this Nigeria lead story today.
All right, so but look at the Observer as well quickly. Senate in renewed push to tackle insecurity. So yes, our Jones meeting with service chiefs expands invitees list as Governor Sani blames insecurity on poverty, lack of education, others. An Observer.
Well, those are the major papers that we have this morning.
So one of the key things that sticks out, guys, on this one is this court ordering FG to fix prices, inflation, but there's several questions about that, but we intend also trying to get perspectives on this matter to see how practicable is this going to be, because, I mean, it highlights the prices. A bag of rice, 50 kg, 35,000 naira as at May 2023, but now, February 2024, you see it at 65,000 naira, so 85.7% increase, as the paper highlights on the front page here this morning, alongside several other scenarios. But the importance, the essence, the need to ensure that they rein in some of these prices with policies and ensure that these policies have effects with results to show for it will be key as the country progresses. So the economic management team have a job. They've got the job cut out for them. So while the Senate or National Assembly may invite them to come forward and explain, they, on the other hand, need to ensure that Nigerians not just talk the talk, they need to walk the talk.
I mean, rising inflation, and we're seeing pockets of protests about the standard of living and how difficult it is to afford basic amenities. That is something that the government really needs to look at, because if the people unite in anger, it would not be a very good result. And I think it's important that these teams, these engagements that are going on right now, focus on immediate results for the Nigerian, because it is difficult out there for the Nigerians to even survive. 88.4 million Nigerians living in extreme poverty. That is a very strange number, and it's something that the federal government needs to look at. It's great that all these engagements are going on right now, but they have to do more, and results are crucial.
Ayo.
Well, the front page of Vanguard is what I go to, and guess what my pick is Mr. and Mrs. on the front page of this Nigeria, and it's fairly talking about the cost of living as well. Mrs. is complaining, "You refuse to let me work. I've been a full-time housewife since we married. Now you want to reduce my allowance because of the harsh economy. Do you want me to work now?" And Mr. says, "I'm not asking you to work. I just want you to work it out." Well, that's my take this morning. I think it speaks for itself. Maybe Kayla understands that.
So there you go. All right, so that wraps it up. But look at some of the DDs here this morning. But we'll be back in a moment and take you through all of these matters in just a moment. Don't go away.